Now, this is a story about why I started a lingerie company and shut that ish down. Back in the day, I know you guys remember I used to have a company called Champagne Room LA. I'm saying back in the day as if it wasn't just like last year. It was truly an era of vertical integration as a stripper. I did my big one with that. How do you turn lemons into lemonade? How do you turn just climbing up a stripper pole to other streams of revenue? Well, you have your talent, your gifts, your look, but you also have some other string bikinis. You also got the plug and a seller's permit on how to get this stuff half price so you could double or triple it and make your profit for people who are unprepared in the club. It got to a point where I was doing so well at one point that I opened my own store. I was so excited to do that downtown. Everything was just going up and up and up. I had a course on how to sell VIP rooms. I was the stripper fairy godmother. I was the stripper fairy godmother. So before we get into the video, if y'all could just give me a thumbs up, that helps me reach more people and then it motivates me to make more videos. Cause child, I'm not making videos, nobody gonna watch them. So did you press some buttons right here? It's free. Okay, let's go. Back in the day, Shark Tank was my favorite show. I just felt like, wow, this is so much data when it comes to entrepreneurs and investors. But this is how you know I was really a Shark Tank fan. I would wake up, have coffee, watch Shark Tank. I would get home, I would do stuff, Shark Tank in the background. Put that on your reading list. So I really got to know the behavior of not only like a successful entrepreneur and how to identify a winning product, but also like the perception of the investors, what they were going to think about it before the person was even done with their pitch. Mr. Wonderful used to say something that it sounded harsh, but it actually like hit home really hard.
If you're not making money after 36 months, 3 years, you got to take it behind the barn and shoot it, because it's just a hobby. It's not a business. And everybody says, oh, no, 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 no. People get so, stuck on a bad idea. They just keep thinking, if I keep working on it, it's going to fix itself. It doesn't fix itself. It was put on your journey to teach you what not to do.
And everybody would be like, oh my God, Kevin, don't say that. Oh my God, I don't think that. But half the time he was right. Know when to quit while you're ahead. Don't put any more time or effort into something that has a ceiling. And so there was one girl who was an influencer and she was doing really well. She had a brand of leggings.
Butts are back. Now more than ever, women are hitting the weights with the hopes to create a better backside.
Shout out to the influencer girl with leggings. I hope they still doing well. The investors decided, no, we don't want to invest in your business because without your social media, you have no sales. Without you as the spokesmodel, you have no brand identity. The brand identity is really you. And that's when it hit me. Oh my God. I did not begin my company with the end in mind. If I decide to sell Champagne Room LA, it's not gonna last. Do you know why? Because one, it was fast fashion. There was no disruption to the industry. I didn't create anything new. Two, I am the face of the brand. So without me to post on my Instagram, is there actually a brand? Will people recognize what this is without me? The answer is no. And so I was like, dang, sooner or later, I'm gonna have to take it out back in the head. This past month, I had my very last closeout sale. I sold everything that was left for $5. And that's super low. I actually lost money. But then I was like, bro, if you sell things for $5, at least you make something back as opposed to just giving it away to Goodwill or, liquidating it somewhere. This is what a lot of brands do. Give their stuff to Goodwill, TJ Maxx, whatever. And that's how they get rid of the extra inventory. But something's better than nothing. So if I were going to start a lingerie business all over again, which I'm not getting back into retail, I'm not going to lie. Some people are built for retail. I am not. I have been to so many universities of life. I went to the University of Retail Marketing with Champagne Room LA. And so if I was going to get back into retail, specifically lingerie, I would, one, not be the face of my brand. Take the backseat role and just be the executive branch of what you got going on. Hire a model. And if you can't hire a model, use the stock pictures or, use a mannequin. Try your hardest for your brand to not rely on your personal image, especially if you're a public figure, because let's give an example, Skims. Skims will still be around without Kim. She has done a collab with everyone. Look at Nia Long. That's epic right there. Super iconic to have people as big as Megan Fox and Nia Long do ads for your brand. Skims would actually be, and I'm not too proud to say it because, sometimes Kim Kardashian and that whole clan, they have a lot of haters, but real recognize real, and she did Skims correctly. She was good to change it from kimono to Skims because now we have Kim still in the name. But then also she did something that disrupted the industry. All of her pieces were different than like Spanx. Not only that, but she did that monochromatic range of nudes from the fairest of fair to the chocolate color bodysuits. Nobody was doing that before Kim. So when you look at her brand, she really began with the end in mind. We have disruptive technology, the fabric is good, raving reviews, many different endorsements that transcend the Kardashian name. So she has all the pieces of the recipe to start a business and sell it. And once you get experienced enough, that's why they say, oh, just start, just begin. If you're just starting and just beginning, you're probably going to fail. But for a good reason, you need to go to the University of Life to learn these things. I am now smart enough to whatever business I start next, it will not have me at the forefront, but it will have the value proposition in the forefront. What makes this product so different? Why do you need it? Not buy because you love me. That's not strong enough. Another thing that I would do differently, define my demographic and stick with them. In 2020, we were like in the height of the body positivity movement. Turns out people that are fat don't even like being fat. So we have all of these different movements that actually were counterproductive to the specific industry I was in. If I'm in the beauty industry or the industry where you want to make people feel sexy, you're gonna have to exclude some people. You're gonna have to exclude some things that are deemed not as sexy. Now, don't come in the comments, don't shoot the messenger because we all know how it is. This is from a business perspective. I got pressured into having up to size 4X when the reality of the situation is that women who are a size 3 to 4X are not buying the same lingerie that women who are an extra small would buy. Those are two different body types, therefore two different clienteles. And I got so pressured by this body positivity movement. Trust me, they were in the comments like, I would buy from you, but you don't sell my size. Okay, but once I stocked up and spent thousands of dollars stocking up to size 4X, those women had the most returns and the most abandoned carts, window shoppers, because they just were not my key ideal demographic. So you have to be okay to say, no, you're not my demographic. I started this for strippers. And stick with it, because spending extra money in your early days when it's just you and you're not this huge corporation, that can be detrimental. That was money, 10,000 minimum dollars that could have went to marketing to the ideal demographic. So these are conversations you need to have from a business standpoint and not a personal. It's not how you feel. It's about what is going to make money and what is going to be sustainable for the brand. This isn't about Nina anymore. Remember, we took Nina out at the very beginning. So I would stick with my demographic. I would have some sort of value proposition that made me different, not just stuff that you can get from Fashion Nova or Shein, because at the end of the day, they're going to have the bigger marketing budget than me. I remember ordering from Leg Avenue. This was my very last order. They still call me, but they don't even know like what they did wrong. This is what they did wrong. They had these amazing rhinestone bikinis that were sponge butt. I ordered so many. Before bikini season, they would keep saying we had to give our bigger retailers the bigger orders first, so you were on back order. So now I'm not getting my little bikini, my 50 pairs of bikinis or whatever until August, September. I'm like, bro, it's after season and I already paid for this stuff. So you have now messed up my entire season layout. Meanwhile, Fashion Nova already sold out of the very same, so I'm gonna look late. I didn't like that. And that's why you have to come from a proposition of, I'm not just gonna flip cheap wholesale clothing. That's not sustainable. There's gotta be something that makes you different. In this day and age, I honestly would not suggest doing drop shipping or like flipping inventory for retail. And last but not least, if I was going to do a retail business all over again in today's day and age, I would look to scale fast. I don't want just one person talking about me and then one person and then one person. I want 40 people talking about me all at once. That way, even our drop, our first initial launch, is sold out. get as much buzz as possible with as many people as possible, realizing the marketing part is more important than the inventory part. It's always better to sell out than to have a surplus. If I had 10,000 bucks, I'd probably spend 8,000 of it on marketing and 2,000 on inventory. That's what I would do differently. So if you made it to this part of the video, I want to know, what is one place that you used to shop at that you no longer do? It could be lingerie, it can be electronics, but it has to be something online. What is one place online you used to always shop at and you no longer do? Shutting down my business was kind of like a blessing. Everything is a blessing, even if you don't realize it. If I made myself the fairy godmother of strippers, I'd be stuck in the stripper industry forever. And that's not what I wanted. I got in that initially to make money, to pay off all the fees from my divorce, and to get back on my feet. I'm really happy that I learned what I needed to learn. And people can say what they want about the Kardashians, but all of their business ventures, do you guys remember KKW, Chroma Beauty? They had a Sears card. She was working with Skechers. All of these things had to eventually come to an end. It doesn't mean that you're terrible at it or you're never going to be successful in business. It just means I got what I needed to make better decisions for the next chapter. See you in the next video.